Alright, in 1985 BC 31, we're asked what are all values of x for which this series converges. Again, we want to look at our shortcut. We can tell that the center is most likely at x equals 1. And since the interval of convergence has to be symmetric about the center, then we cannot have negative 1 to 1. So that reduces our choices down to C, D, and E, and really the only question is what happens at the endpoints. So if we were to take a look at the endpoints first here, x equals negative 1. Sorry, it's x equals 0. At x equals 0, what happens there? Well, 0 minus 1 is negative 1. We're going to get negative 1 to the n over n, and we know that is the convergent alternating harmonic. And at x equals 2, we're going to get positive 1 to the n over n, and that is the divergent harmonic. And so, just like that, we can tell that this series will converge at the left endpoint. So, must converge at 0. But it diverges at the right endpoint, and so our answer is D. Now again, I'll just show you how we would have to go about doing the ratio test. You could have solved this maybe in just a minute. The ratio test to find the interior of the interval of convergence would be the limit as n goes to infinity of the n plus first term, absolute value, then over or times the reciprocal of the nth term, which would be x minus 1 to the nth. Now, simplifying that, we would get n over n plus 1. We know that that limit as n approaches infinity is 1. Then we would have absolute value x minus 1 to the n plus 1 over x minus 1 to the nth, and that would all leave us with just absolute value of x minus 1 has to be less than 1, so therefore x minus 1 has got to be greater than negative 1, less than 1. We add 1 to both sides and we end up with x greater than 0, less than 2. And based on what we found below, the left endpoint converges and the right doesn't. So that's how we would do the full ratio test to find the interior of the interval of convergence, but hopefully you can pick up that shortcut, which will save you a lot of time, and these are great questions to get correct for the BC topics.